Anime Reborn is an amazing anime game on Roblox. However, there is a number of issues for us free-to-play giga chads. With update 1, the introduction of Beast Gohan or the Dragon Ball event, you really can't complete the stage by yourself, at least if you're free to play. That naturally limits your chances of getting more tickets for more summons alongside the drop chance of getting the dedicated Beast Gohan unit. You can always play with people, which if you have friends it's good. If you don't, I recommend just trying to hop in with random people. However, with that said as well, it doesn't really work the best. And when it comes to building up your team, based on my summoning throughout the game, it took around 200 summons to get each of my Mythic characters. My second Mythic summon was intentional. I went through the list and wanted a specific character, and that was Itachi. Therefore, I only summoned on his banner when it came around. A good tip for you to use: not all the Mythic characters should be regarded as the same. You can search up various tier lists to get an understanding, but to keep it short, Itachi is one of the best, if not the best, for free-to-play players, particularly when completing the main story currently available. With him alone and some supports, you should be able to get through all the levels. Perhaps you won't be able to freestyle all of them, however you should get pretty close. And my other Mythic, as I broke down in my previous video, was Broly, the icon of the channel for obvious reasons. Overall, he isn't the best, and likewise not the worst. He is one of the easier characters to evolve, which is going to help out when I finally complete that, the current grind in the story. Also being a hybrid unit on place, making him very useful on any of the arenas. With these two Mythic characters, I was able to complete all of the story currently available. Not all of them in Freestar, particularly the limitless ones, but getting pretty close alongside the support on the team here. The legendary units that are very helpful, and when it comes to summoning for them, I recommend getting at least all of them in one copy. The best way to do this is look for a Mythic you specifically want and summon on that banner until you get that one. Then after that, look for other banners that don't have the Mythic you already collected and summon for the legendaries until you get one of all of them. Naturally, you'll probably get duplicates. For example, I wanted this character on one banner, but I had this other guy 3 copies already, and based on my luck, I got 5 more copies of him until I got that legendary. The idea is to complete your index to get more rewards and build up your score closer to the legendary pity status. So far, it took around 200 summons to get each of the Mythics, so 400 to 450 for total. And now when it comes to the character I want next, I'll be really down for any of the Mythics I don't have, but the ones I'm particularly trying to summon for the most is Whitebeard, due to him being another top tier unit in the game, and Mihawk, who a lot of people tend to shit on, but with the introduction of this new event featuring the overpowered bosses and the likelihood of bosses in the future of the game being pretty much the main issue, Mihawk's special ability is going to be very helpful as the current best boss killer in the game, so investing in him is probably going to be very beneficial for the future of the story. But with that said, he shouldn't be the first Mythic you go for in the game. And if you're fine with your current team, it's also a good idea just to save your summons, particularly if you're free to play. The developers already introduced a new sneak peek for some upcoming units, which as you see on screen now is for the almighty Black Clover. So it's very possible that when these guys are released to the game, they could be the best we have in the entire game so far. Likewise for any future updates. Of course, it's very possible there will be additional updates for characters we already have, making them change in the tier list ranking. However, it's safe to assume that any new characters introduced are likely to be progressively better. So if you're happy with your current team, perhaps waiting for a new event or new units to be added would be the best option. alongside just waiting for certain characters you want to have the best experience when playing anime Roblox games, which coincidentally is exactly what I do on the channel here. Welcome, I'm the unknown Robloxer. Subscribe for more anime Reborn content or anything anime related. This is episode 3 of my free to play guide or playthrough of anime Reborn. Here is the playlist. Now coming back to the event, my recommendation is to either play with friends or try and join random people in your world like I did in this gameplay on screen here. This was many days ago before I got Itachi and leveled up all my units, and these guys somehow already got the Gohan an hour after the event dropped and carried me all the way until victory. If you do that enough, you could get lucky and that 1% chance to get Gohan yourself or via summoning. However, based on what I've seen in the fandom so far, the summon rates aren't looking good for Gohan. You'll get Piccolo and the others, but Gohan specifically, it isn't looking too good. So if you have him, let me know how long it took down below. And if you're a free to play player who has him, shout out to you. I'm yet to receive the glory. And now we are in the Corrin boys. I'm level 23, so quite some time has passed. All my units are approaching level 30, particularly my mythic ones. When it comes to the items I have, these ones here, these are just to summon the characters I'm currently going through. I've done some legend stages for these. I might try this one shortly. I need the chakra rods, I believe, for Pain if I ever get him. However, I don't recommend summoning for Pain. Itachi is much harder from what I can tell to actually evolve, so I'm not sure how to get his certain ones, but I'll be looking into that for the next video alongside doing some summoning. Apart from all this, when it comes to more free to play tips, always do your daily quests. They're not that hard. Some will feature doing the challenges. For example, most daily quests tell you to do 2 challenges. This is where you get most of the items when it comes to evolving your characters. As a free to play and fairly new player, some of these will be much harder. For example, the 2x speed one I have found is much harder. The shield one is probably the second easiest, so if you can do that one. The regeneration one I would say is the easiest out of them so far, as for the most part you don't start attacking units until they get close to you, meaning the regeneration aspect isn't really a factor. The boss is somewhat harder, particularly when it's Kaido. However, for the most part you should be good if you did enough money farming. Just the 2x speed and the 2x health ones, which tend to occur, are the hardest for me, particularly the speed one, making it much harder to complete, particularly in the early stages before you get to the boss. So just look up what your character needs to evolve and then farm that one. For example, I still need some, I believe, green or red stars for Broly, so I'll be going into this one right now, which is a shield one, so I should be pretty fine. The way I break out my team and go for the win in most of the waves is right off the go, you begin your farming to build up your points. You can use Bulma on your team alongside the legendary character from JoJo, but as a whole, him on his own is more than enough. So I place him as soon as possible once wave 2 begins, and I set up my main defense around here halfway through. If it is one of the harder ones, I will do it more back like around here, but for the most part I should be able to do it starting from this point, particularly when I place my Itachi after I do the money farm. So got enough points, I can place him down. I think I just missed a wave, so that was a bit of a throw on my part. Actually, I'll play it a bit safe this game. I'll do the upgrade and then I'll set up Itachi probably around here. So you want to get him as much range as possible. So I think here should be good. Place him down. Place the stunner, Rukia, the freeze, which is going to be very useful as well. I'll probably place my Broly here. I think he performs better when you place him on a straight line type of attack, particularly when you unlock his blast. And I'm very close to his evolution, which is going to have a huge AoE. So when he's fully upgraded in the limitless stages or in the current event, he's going to help me get closer to finishing it. Mostly I just work on keeping my team going good, so I focus on getting Itachi to the upgrade 2, then I go back to my money farm to upgrade a bit. We're on wave 8 now. Once you reach wave 15 and have the boss coming out, make sure to sell your money farm for some extra points, as there'll be no more rounds, meaning no more farming of money. So far, it doesn't take too long. You could probably get away with placing them up here if you were to sell, but it is definitely more risky as a whole. So if you're struggling with the challenges, this is the best method for me personally, and I'll skip until the end when I'm fighting the boss to break down my final team. Alright boys, I am approaching the end, so I got the boss boo coming up here. My upgrades are complete, so I can sell the Stridum, get a quick 14,000, upgrade my Broly, put everything on auto for any bonus points. My Itachi is max upgraded, meaning he should absolutely destroy the boss. They only have 2k health, so it's going to end very quickly. And that's just easy. You just need to place your Itachi, put auto for all of them at some point, and you should be done. Some bosses do stun your characters, and if Itachi does get stun locked, that does cause various issues, but if needed you can always sell. Look at that insane damage, just easy. Not really much of a challenge when it comes to the regeneration or shield one. But when you're facing Kaido and it's double health or double speed, that does face a number of issues. So once again, I am closer to evolving my Broly. I believe I need some of the green something. I showed it earlier in the video. I'm much closer, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe for more, watch this video, and that's it guys. Peace.